Hey everyone, this is Trisha McCoy, and I will be doing a quick get ready with me today. So I just got some new lighting in, and I'm super excited, and I could not wait to hop on and do a quick video. I will be showing you my lighting on another video, but today let's go ahead and get started. Now, we know that most women, don't have that much time to put on their makeup for the day. And we pretty much, give about 10 minutes to bring some life to our face when we get up in the morning. So I'm going to do a quick 10-minute face and show you some of the products that I use. And I am going to begin. So I have already washed my face, I've already moisturized, and now I'm going to put on some primer. Okay, so I did do a video on why you should use primer. We have a mist primer, a Limelight by Alcone. It's a silicone-free mist. But primer really just kind of creates that canvas so that you can apply your makeup on a nice smooth surface. And so it's really important that you do use a primer. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of our concealer, and I'm just going to spot in the areas where I have a few dark spots. Just really quickly, just like this. All right. So our concealer is waterproof, and it's in one of these little pans right here, but our makeup is very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. So after I have done that, I am going to go in with my buffer brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of our foundation. Our foundation is a wax-based foundation. I'll show it to you right here. It's also in a little pan. It's a wax-based foundation, and pretty much a little bit also goes a long way, and you don't need a lot of it. You do not need a lot of it at all. A wax-based foundation, sometimes we think that, oh my gosh, it's going to make my face greasy and oily, but it's not. It is designed not to go into the pores of your skin. It's going to sit on your skin, and it's going to feel very like skin. So that's the beauty of using a wax-based foundation. It's not heavy, but it does take some use to in terms of application, because if you don't know, then you can apply too much and it'll be too heavy. All right, so now that I've put some on, I'm just going to lightly buff it into my skin. Just like that. So I love using our foundation just because it does not sink into the pores of your skin. It sits on your skin, so it gives a very flawless finish. And because it's so highly pigmented, a little bit goes a long way. All right. So I always try to bring it down a little bit on my neck, and that is it. As I continue with my makeup, I am going to set it in the areas that I do tend to get oily in my T-zone. I do have oily skin, so it's always a good idea to use a powder. I'm going to use a translucent powder, and what's nice about that is that it does not add any color. So it doesn't matter your skin complexion. It is a translucent powder, so it's going to keep that shine away. And later on, I'll come back and I'll quickly dust it off. Okay, then I'm going to use my Lottie palette to do my eyebrows. So I love this palette. It's Lottie is one of a well-known makeup artist in the industry, and she collaborated with Limelight and created this wonderful Lottie palette, and this is the Dream On palette. So I'm going to use the darker shade just to do my eyebrows. So a little bit goes a long way, as you can tell. I do just like to go up with this a tad bit, just to kind of create that peak. And if you mess up, no worries, just go back with concealer and you clean it up. And I've shown several videos on how I do that. Now what I'm going to do is just tap right in here in the middle, in the beginning, I'm sorry, and just kind of blend it in with my brow. Okay, I don't make mine too heavy. I just try to go on the lighter end, a lighter shading. Okay, so you can tell right there that a brow makes a huge difference in your appearance. It does help to shape your face. Okay, so I am going to finish my brow and continue. Okay, so now that I've done my brows, I'm just going to go back in and use a little bit of concealer just to try to shape it up. I've already done this one, but I'm just going to quickly show you. I'm just going to go on the outer of my brow and just kind of clean it up and give it a little bit more definition. And I like to use a concealer that's closest to my skin color, just because I like to just keep it as natural as possible. So I just go in just like that, and I kind of bring down the excess a little bit, and then I go to the top and I kind of just work on the ending of my brow. Just like this. All right. Okay, so now I am going to go on and do my shadow. So I'm going to use just the matte color right here. It's kind of a neutral tan color, and I'm just going to brush it on gently just to create a nice base for my shadow. I'm just actually probably going to add just 1 or 2 colors. Like I said, most of the time we don't have a lot of time that we want to devote to putting on our makeup, but we do want to put some on so that our face looks alive. Okay, so I've put on a little bit of the tan, and then I think I'm just going to go in and use a little bit of the goldish color on here. It's a little shimmer. I'd probably use a little bit of that. Now I can pat it on. And it's best to kind of pat on your shadows just so you don't have a lot of fallout on your face. Okay, so I'm just going to do it like this. Just like that. And I mentioned earlier that when you want to make your shadows pop a little bit, then you can add a little bit of primer, and you will see the color totally transform. So I'm going to show you that. So I put a little bit of primer in my cap here. I'm just going to dip my brush in a little bit, and then I'm just going to tap. And because I do have a hooded eye, I go up a little higher so that the color can be seen nicely. So I'm going to take a pause, and I'm going to do my other eye, and then I'll be back. All right, so I have put on the shadow on both my eyes, and what I'm going to do, I'll probably just keep on just the one color, bold color. So I'm just going to just gently kind of blend it in so it doesn't look like, it looks a little softer. So if you remember, I shared with you that when you blend, to carry the product, you go left and right, you sweep left and right, and to blend, you kind of just do circles. Okay, so it just kind of takes away the harshness in your shadow. Okay, and that's just a really quick way to do it. So left and right, you carry the product, and to blend it, you do circles. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is a little bit of liquid liner. I'm going to create some wings. So I'm going to do my first wing, and then I'll come back and show you the my second eye. Okay, so I have put in my first wing, and now I'm going to come back and do my second eye. And I love our liquid liner. It makes it easy to do a wing. It's a very precise point, and what's nice is that it is very dark, so it's you can see it nicely. Now, because I do have a hood, you kind of have to kind of look up a little bit so that you don't have that separation in your wing when you look up. So I do the base first. I kind of draw out, fill it in, And I just come in with it. And this is just me. I kind of go like midway of my pupil, just because I don't want it to be too dark going in. I try to keep my look as bright as possible. And you know, when you add dark colors to your eyes, it does close your eye up. So you want to, especially in the daytime, keep your eyes nice and bright. So I don't go all the way in. All right, so I have my wings on. Next, I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara. Our mascara is one tube. It does have fibers in it already. I like to bend my brush, my mascara wand, so it makes application easy. And the way I do it is that I go up and I kind of just shimmy up. When I put my mascara on, I shimmy up. And then to coat it as well, I also go in the back of my lash and I kind of pull it down. And then I shimmy back up. All right, so that kind of helps get your volume and your length. All right, so I'm going to pause, put my mascara on, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have done my mascara. I have put it on, and I think one tip that I will give you all is that when you are doing your mascara, make sure that you really fan out your lashes. Don't just, skew it to the right or skew it to the left, but really fan them out, because it does also make your eyes look very bright and alert. All right. So now I am going to put on a little bit of blush. This is my favorite. It's called Alive. It's like a magenta type color, and I really like it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on, and this is what helps your face from not being not looking washed out. Sometimes when we put our makeup on, we're like, oh gosh, my face looks flat. It doesn't have any color. But when you add that blush, it just gives it just that life. All right, so I just put a little bit on, and just like that. Okay. And some people like to put a lot of blush on. Some like to put a little bit of blush on. It's just your personal preference of what you like. And what I'm going to do is use a little bit of my translucent powder and just kind of help to blend that out a little bit. All right. Soften it up just a little bit. Just like that. And your blush does help to give that definition to your face. So if you're trying to, slim down your face a little bit, great way to do it is adding a little bit of blush. And you'll see that, when I use my translucent powder, it does not take the color away at all, because it's just a nice soft powder, but it does just kind of help it blend a little bit better. All right, so I am done with that. And now what I'm going to do are the last thing is my lips. So I am going to use two enduring lip colors. I'm going to use my creme brulee and my salted caramel. So these are a liquid lipstick that dries to a matte color. So I'm going to do a little bit of a little ombre. So I'm going to do a little bit on the outside of my lip. And I'm going to add in the creme brulee, which is a little pink in color. And that's just going to soften up my the lip color a little bit. That's kind of like a salted caramel, like a caramel color. And this is creme brulee, which is a pinky color. So they actually go very nicely together. there you have it. I have completed my look for today. That was pretty quick. I am going to brush off the excess powder that I've put on my face, translucent powder. And the last thing that I'm going to do is add my setting spray. It's called 10 Years Younger. And this really does help to just set your makeup as well. It does give it a nice dewy look. It's going to help your makeup stay in place. You know, if you know you have to blot your face, you're not going to see a lot of transfer onto a napkin. If you give someone a hug, you're not going to see a whole lot of transfer onto a napkin. But it does help to just keep the makeup in place and helps it look fresh all day long. So this is going to, of course, dry, and it's going to give my face an even more flawless look. So that is it for the day. I am glad that you joined me, and I will be back with some more videos. I can't wait to show you all my my lighting and how it is going to really make a difference in my videos. So bye for now.